And we were able to find that and populate it here much quicker. Why is this useful? It's useful because the people that we work with have to learn 25 different applications and their interfaces, and what this software does is gives them a uniformed, single way of being able to download and read the material. Okay? So it makes it much easier. It stops us having to work with things like virtual learning environments with a bewildering number of links available. Right, excuse me. What else might we want to do? Well, let's say that we want to be able to use our podcasts. So I subscribe to a couple of podcasts here, which I can download if I want. And there are a full list of the podcasts available. I can go here and podcasts, and shortly there will be an Indian one here as well. So if I was to look in the UK, here are all the different podcast services listed for me in a much easier to use format that I can subscribe to. At the same time, we have Rss News Feeds. So here are the news feeds that I might want to subscribe to so that I can read much easier. Maybe, and possibly teacher wouldn't want me to do this, but I might want to be able to listen to the radio at the same time. So here I can perhaps tune this on, and it will go and use the internet radio service.
The all-new Absolute Radio account. Listen to Absolute Radio online in double the amount of quality.
And of course you get beautifully clear radio stations rather than from the other side of the world. Again, the interface has been completely consistent and is in a single format. Now, coming back to the top, the last time, we have all of our recently read favourites. These are all available to us because we've downloaded them. What I want to do now is perhaps look at one of these books. So if I look at Bookshare and I look at perhaps Lincoln's biography, if I select the book itself, now I've downloaded it, I have some other options. And I think what I'd like to do is send this to different places. So shortly you'll see here my Kindle account will be available to you, and some other options that you can send the book to other places to you to listen to as well. And you can move it onto external folders or play it with your favourite Daisy player, because it's actually a Daisy book in this particular case. All right. So, let's summarise a lot of that, if I may. So, we've taken the dyslexia software and we've joined it up with the visual impaired software Supernova, and we've produced a way that you can actually gain the material and you can use it much simpler. There's a way of being able to download the books and be able to read them, and also to download BRF files or whatever else is available. You can also transfer it into other documents and then make MP3 or Daisy from that if you wish as well. And again, you can put it onto your USB drive if you prefer to do that as well. So, from the study that we did with students in the UK, we'll now extend this on. So this version will be released late on this month, and the Indian version will hopefully be released in April. It will have the Indian TTS, which we heard there, and it will have more material pertinent to students in India available for them. The subscription for a Dolphin account will be free, so there will not be any charge to do that. And we will not be advertising to people via their email accounts as well. We're licensing this differently. So the software that's purchased for the school gives the home user a free license for 12 months. So it's only bought for school, college and university, and that gives the kids at home a license. After 12 months, that license stops. All right? And then if the school has a software maintenance agreement, then we'll continue to give another unlock number so it can be used outside of the school itself. The study was quite clear. If you give the students the ability to work at home and at school, then the first thing is they increase 45% in their homework, let alone their confidence. We have some lovely videos on the Dolphin website of teachers who were working with vision impaired and students with dyslexia, who were so inspired that the kids could actually spell, could do words, and could write stories like their peers. It's Dolphin's goal to make sure that the information in a textbook is available for the vision impaired and dyslexic students at exactly the same time in a format that suits them, and to make sure that that cost is as minimal as possible. So a whole university license can be bought for all students in university and at home for less than £3,000. It's very competitive. Okay, what have we got left to do? It's important that we make as much free content available in this dialogue here. And the Bookshare has an excellent catalogue available in India. What we also need to do is look at tying some Hindi books in here as well, not just English. So I've been talking to people this week about making that content available for people as well. And they'll be able to download it here. Ultimately, in Sweden, every single book, all 130,000 of them that touch kids in a year, is available. And here is some ideas of it. And that would be my ideal for each country. All of them available there. Okay. It feels like a boxing match with a bell going in the corner all the time. Round 2. All right, sir, you have a question?
My name is Shantosh. I am from Enable India. Okay. So I deal with the visually impaired training programs and workplace solutions. Yeah. I'm basically a content developer. I've been developing content for various applications. Yeah. So which helps visually impaired to learn computer applications on their own. Yeah. So I've developed content in multi languages like in Hindi, English, and Kannada. Yeah. So now we see this Dolphin one thing. Does it require any specific format to read when, as you shown the demonstration, you copied some information into Word document, and you converted into MP3. Yes. So if there are certain headings, the structure, does it require any specific structure to follow or while reading?
No, okay. So it's looking for PDF, EPUB, it's looking for DT book, it's looking for Daisy book. It's looking for Word documents at the moment as the accessible options. And those will be then listed on the right-hand side as that particular format. If I go back to my Gutenberg English, okay, and I pick those up, if I look in this particular book, here, okay, I can see that there are 5 different formats available, different versions of EPUB and text. All of those you can make into, obviously the BRF would be difficult if that's in there, you can make into MP3, providing you have the author's permission to do that, of course. Perhaps I should mention here, the Bookshare content, right, is only available to me because I have a subscription for Bookshare, which is available. So I've signed in. If you noticed here at the TPB, it's asking me to sign in, and I don't actually have a subscription to do that. So for people who want to protect their content and there's a subscription model, there is a method to be able to make sure that it's restricted to the right people here. All right? For free options like Gutenberg, then you can just log on and get that there. Have I answered all your questions? Is there a bit? Yes. Okay.
And last question, like,
Please.
when are you planning to get it in Indian languages? To support Indian languages?
So to make the interface into Hindi as well?
Yes, to read Hindi, to read in Kannada, other Indian languages.
Yeah, okay. As soon as the TTS is good, all right. So at the moment, the best TTS is just for Hindi, which is Lekha. But I'm just speaking today to, excuse me, I'm just going to toggle out of this. Yeah, okay. eSpeak, all right, which I'm just going to do some testing with. If there's a SAPI 5 interface for that, then we should be able to make that available for people to use as well. All right, and I understand eSpeak has different Indian languages. So the secret is you could have an English interface, but as long as your TTS is for the right language, it doesn't matter the fact that the interface isn't translated. You can still play the books. Let me give you an example. So if I go back here, okay, I know that in my books for Gutenberg that I've downloaded, I go in my books, okay, and I go to Gutenberg. Here's a French book. So if I open this.
Welcome to the world of replaying vanilla electronic texts. Ebooks readable by both humans and by computers since 1971. These ebooks were prepared by thousands of volunteers. Mark.
Okay. So here I can change my TTS available to me. So go to settings, okay, change it here to, and I think her name is Virginie.
V.
Round 3. Okay.
Marc de Gaine de Online distributeur Fred Intime. Œuvre complète de Victor Hugo. Acte et parolier.
Okay, so regardless of the language, I've now changed it to a different TTS. I hope that helps. Any more questions? Please do.
Hi, I'm Moses. I do work with Enable India. My question is that, for example, if Enable India gets the license, can Enable India add its own content and circulate within Enable India, or for Enable India candidates?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Can you say that again?
My question is that if any institute, for example, Enable India, buys a license,
yes,
and then can it add its own content to it to circulate its stakeholders?
Oh, okay, we'll do. The answer is no, but that is an excellent idea. All right. I think what I'd like to do is make all the content that's available in here is done via a web admin interface on the Dolphin website, and we're in the process of actually seeing if we can add stuff into there. So, for instance, in the news and radio, that list which comes there comes from the Dolphin website. All right, it's looking there. So I think what we need to do is add content, give a facility a public interface to be able to do that. We just need to make sure that inappropriate content is not added to the bookshelf for availability. I would hate to think that bad stuff was coming down there. But yes, that's an excellent idea. I think I'm going to go back to the UK and claim that as my own. Thank you. Plagiarism is my way forward. Has anybody got any questions? Okay, so finish on time. The software will be released in the UK later this month, and in India in about April and May. And what you've seen today, the very UK-based interface, will be much more appropriate for India. It will come with the dyslexia software, so you'll be able to use it there. And then later this year, it will be added into Supernova for our visually impaired customers as well. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. And there's a gentleman with a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Hi, Steve. This is Nirmal here.
Hi.
There was some problem with this this your book reader software. A few months ago, I have reported this problem to your team, to your development team, but I haven't received any information from your team.
Okay. With the Easy Reader?
Yeah, Easy Reader. It is unable to read Bookshare books.
It should read Bookshare books.
No, there was some problem. Wherever there is a hyperlink in the book, it was not reading.
Okay, we'll do.
So I'm reporting this again to you. And do you have any plan to develop any Hindi TTS or give some improvement to Lekha?
No, the Leica voice barrier breaks are actually trying to do something with Nuance to actually change a couple of the phoneme announcements. There's a couple of combined glyphs that come out incorrectly. So they're working with them to do that now. I'm not inclined to give it back to Nuance because they don't listen to us. I'm just thinking we might give it to our customers in doing that. So I'm hoping, being realistic, that's going to be March by the time that's along. The Bookshare book's not opening. I mean, that is news to me. I'll take that back. I know that if you've got an older version of the software and it's not working, I'll upgrade it.
The latest version, 6.02 something.
Okay, then we'll fix it, and anybody who's not working for, we'll give them a free upgrade. All right, so I'll guarantee we'll do that.
No, I have the demo version. No.
Yeah, okay, so we must make sure we fix it. Okay. All right.
And you can try eSpeak, and if it works, then all the Indian languages will be covered.
I'm going to try it this afternoon. I was just a bit scared to install something new on my computer before